Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to make this quick video because I've been seeing some videos recently and some comments just around like these types of higher yielding investments that, haven't been on the market for that long. Maybe they don't have a 10-year track record and all that. So I just wanted to mention a couple things here. This is HYLD. So you can scroll down to the fund details and you can see this one has been around since February 2022. So it hasn't been that long, but I just want to point a couple things out when you're looking at an investment or you're interested in investing. You can go to the fund website and you can just look at what the fund is and you can see all the holdings, you can see the details. This fund, I've been following this and investing in this for a while, and this net assets, 836 million. This has been growing steadily, and that is, a pretty good sign. I mean, that's not the only sign that this is a, potentially a good investment, but it's a popular fund. And so something else to consider when you're looking at them. It's a sign of a healthy fund at least. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at the holdings of this. So SMAX right now is the number one holding. You can see the sector allocation. All of these things will change over time as they manage these funds. You can see holdings as of April 30th. So they'll change these around with the percentages sometimes and, dial some things up, dial some things down as they see fit. Another thing you can do is check out the distributions, right? So you want to see, in my opinion, I want to see stable distributions. So you can go through the distributions. You can see all the distributions back to 2022. So you can see they had them at 14, dropped them to 12. They were at 12 for a while, and they've steadily been increasing, and they've been increasing since then, 14 and a half at this point. But all the information that you could want is in the website. They've got their press releases, fact sheets, prospectus, all that stuff you can download and check that out. So what I also suggest is, if you're an investor in this ETF or any of the other ones, like really any ETF out there, actually, you can go to the various websites and sign up, put your email in, sign up. They'll send newsletters. I don't know if they're monthly or quarterly, but usually you'll get a nice little update about the market and about these funds and how your investments are doing. So what I'll do here is let's look at SMAX, which is the number one holding of HYLD. Same thing, tells you the option strategy, the yield, the investment objective. SMAX does not use leverage. Obviously, HYLD uses the leverage, takes SMAX and the various other ETFs and uses leverage on that. So you can see here, they write options on 30%. So you still get 70%. That's going to fluctuate up and down with the market just naturally. 30% is getting sold off in the options market. Now, the thing with an ETF like this is this has been around only since 2023, but you look at the holdings. So Amazon, ExxonMobil, Costco, Johnson & Johnson, Visa, Microsoft, like all of these are stocks that have been around. Some of them have been around longer than I've been around. So yes, the ETFs may be newer, but what they hold are stocks that we all know. Like, we know and love these stocks, right? So I guess the biggest question that I would have is not really how is it going to perform so much as how they're going to manage it. And that 30% call options is probably, in my opinion, what will make the difference of the performance of the fund. The rest of it, if they're just holding them, if you're just holding these stocks, then they're going to do what the stocks are going to do. And like if you have HYLD and they're using that 20% leverage, then you'll get whatever those stocks that they're not selling off plus the 25% leverage up and down. And the same thing goes for, like Global X. They have their ETFs and all these various, the ones I hold with the income investments with the monthly income. You can see the distributions. You can scroll down. You can see the sector allocations. So what I'm saying here is I'm personally not concerned about the performance so much because I can see like Global X is different. They write on, the month end here is 53%, right? You can see, and Hamilton is mostly 30%. I know that some of their ETFs are a bit higher, but I'm not so much concerned about the performance because I know what they hold. And what they hold has been around for much, much longer than just a couple of years. I guess, you could have questions around the fund managers and how they manage things. But again, guys, take in the totality of the fund. There's interviews with fund managers out there. You can look them up on YouTube. You can watch that. Do your due diligence. I would never invest in anything just because, somebody made a quick video and it's got a high yield, right? There's more to it than that. But my 2 cents would be go to the fund websites, download some of the documents, check them out, sign up for the investor emails, and, go through the performance, go through the distribution, see if they've ever missed any. That's what I like to do. So that's just my 2 cents. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out if you're looking at how to analyze an investment, right? The website is always the best way. The product sheet, you've got quarterly commentary. You can even see the monthly performance of the covered calls here. I'm not gonna dive into all that here, but this is a quick video this morning for you guys. And as time goes on, we'll get more data on these funds. But as an investor, I'm personally pretty comfortable with how they've been performing. And, if a bear market happens, I think we're all going to feel it, no matter if you're in these covered call funds or just a regular index fund. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one.